YouTube, fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege, an honor, and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Trying to wrap my head around what I woke up to this. And first of all, let me see this. This is why I didn't speak on it in my last video, because I had no idea it was said or it went on. Last night, right after the fight, I immediately got on and did a live stream, giving my post-fight reaction. Fury versus Wilder. And when I was on, Fury was doing his post-ring interview, because, Deontay left. He didn't do no interview in the ring. And I said that put a bad taste in my mouth, but it is what it is. And while he was stating what he stated, I wasn't listening because I was doing my live stream. Now, I gave both fighters all the credit in the world. And surprisingly, Deontay Wilder, I was actually more impressed with Deontay Wilder in last night's fight than I was Tyson Fury. I gave him all the recognition in the world. And I stated that, them fanboys and Mellow NOP boys, I don't want to wake up to all kinds of stupid accusations and excuses, which for the most part, and it's still early, I hadn't really hit the internet hard and to dig to see if anybody's jumped stupid. The only thing that I've seen is, hey, Tyson Fury got a long count, both times he went down, he got a long count, and which is, yeah, they were kind of long. They were kind of long. But if you start counting a normal count when Tyson hit the ground, I didn't make it to 10. The second knockout, I made it to 9, to be honest with you. But there was one point where Deontay wasn't in a neutral corner, and the ref sent him back, get back in the corner. But for the most part, they were pretty long. But I never made it to 10. As soon as Tyson hit his butt hit the canvas, I started counting normally, and I made it to 9 on the second one. I made it to like 8 on the next one. So it is what it is. But what I didn't know happened in the ring immediately after. Now listen, build up to the fight is a build up to the fight. A lot of fighters say and do things that they don't necessarily mean and act out of character just to get ticket sales and create more drama just so the fight can be more interesting, people to watch. But for the most part, both fighters until last night has shown respect towards each other immediately after the fight. The first fight, they did, and the second fight, they did. But this fight, Tyson Fury walked over to Deontay Wilder's corner. Okay? Now, I haven't heard Deontay give his side of the story yet, but from what I saw and what I viewed, he went over and to congratulate him for a great fight, a great performance, and Deontay was like, I ain't got no respect for you. Wouldn't embrace him. This is what Tyson Fury said. And I don't think Tyson Fury is lying. Tyson Fury said that he's a sore loser and an idiot. I don't know. He really needs to work on his pride. He said, I'll pray for him. Now, when I was doing my first live stream that just crashed and burned, internet started acting a fool. Somebody said in the comments that they both need to be humbled. They're both, too arrogant. And I stated, and this is before the fight even happened, y'all. Before it even happened. And I stated that you are correct. They both are not humble, and arrogant. But here's the difference between the two. I said that Deontay Wilder's pride is going to be the end of him. He is too prideful. Now, a lot of things that fighters say and do before the fight, like I said, it's just to get sales. But for the most part, Tyson Fury usually goes over and gives respect to his fighter. Now, has he did that every single fight? I have no idea. In his early career, I didn't know who he was, didn't follow him. And there could have been some point in his career where he didn't show respect after a fight. I don't know. If somebody knows, let me know. But to not want to embrace or show sportsmanship after a fight, a grand fight, that Deontay lost fair and squarely, says a lot about his character. I mean, a buttload about his character. Like I said, man, I gave him all the credit in the world, and I still do. But Deontay Wilder's reaction to Tyson Fury coming over to embrace doesn't take away from his performance to me in my eyes. So I'm still not going to throw no shade, but I got to keep it real. It's just not how you conduct yourself. It's crazy to me, man. It's literally crazy to me how someone can still be that way, cannot have respect for a man who went down twice and got up to knock you out. I mean, is he mad because the build up to the fight? Why is he? If anybody should be really upset, it should be Tyson Fury. Yeah, they both said some stupid things to each other. F you, F your mother, this, that, and the third. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But after the fight, you have a different respect for a person after you've knuckled up with them. I'm telling you. I don't care if you just completely mollywop that person, but you still have a different respect for them because they were man enough or woman enough to strap up, get in the ring with you, and go toe to toe. That warrants respect in my eyes, in my opinion. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I just think it's a bad thing, man. And Deontay Wilder's pride is going to be the end of him. It's going to be the end of him at some point. And I'm going to pray for Deontay, man, about that pride, man, because it's crazy. This reminds me of something, y'all. The story time, and I don't mean to get off subject, but when this happened, when I heard about this morning, it took me way back to 1996 when I was playing varsity football for the Hooks Hornets. We bleed blue, baby. We bleed blue. We were having a game with one of our rivals, Pleasant Grove. I see Pleasant Grove is right up the street, but it was a rich school, man, full of preppy boys. You know what I'm saying? We called them fancy boys. These are the type of dudes that didn't drink regular bottled water. They drank Perrier, fancy boys. And even though they was in the country and right up the street, we were just polar opposites. We was just country boys, man. Corn-fed, spit, kick up dirt, fight, rowdy, physical type dudes. And them preppy boys, they was athletic dudes. Now, don't get me wrong, they was tough, but they was just living in a totally different world when we were actually in the same world, if that makes any sense. They wasn't like us. We did not like each other. So the night before our game, I'll never forget this, man. We at our high school campus, we had this big old Hooks Hornet in the front of the school that was put real up high. You know what I'm saying? And it was a big old plastered out, beast of a hornet, just swole up. Hornet pride, baby. Well, we got to school that Friday, and the head of that hornet was gone. Now, our colors was blue and white, mainly blue, but Pleasant Grove was yellow and black, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. And our school was covered with black and yellow balloons, ribbons, freaking poster board signs, and all kind. I mean, these kids, they could not have gotten a good night's rest, because to pull this off, and the Hornet was right in front of the school off 82, and that's like a main strip. That's like a main street in Hooks, man. And they swept in like Ryu Hayabusa, like a freaking ninja, and undetected when it was right on the main road, and took the head off our Hornet. And then I pay attention to detail. We got to the football field. I'm walking around and I see human boo-boo on the field. I said, Coach, man, these dudes done pooped on the field. He was like, man, that's animal. That's some kind of dog. It ain't no dog poop. That's human poop, bro. We was hot. We was hotter than fish grease. We was mad. And we was like, hey, mount up. I don't mount up. We gone. We finna go. And Coach like, shut up. Y'all ain't finna do nothing. Y'all ain't gangsters. Y'all ain't OG, triple OG, OG, triple, triple. Y'all ain't none of that. Shut your mouth. We gonna handle it on the field. And we was chomping at the bit. We was ready to fight somebody, man. So that Friday night, we get to that school, and it's chaotic, bro. They should have had security there because we was tripping. Long story short, we drugged them dudes through the mud. We drugged them freaking dudes through the mud. Freaking Carlton Banks. Freaking Bel Air dudes. We rolled them. We rolled them up, man. We rolled them up. And at the end of the game, we was like, we satisfied now. Gratification. We beat y'all. We better than y'all at this sport. You came out of school, did what you did, but it's all right. Good job. Good job. That didn't want nothing to do with us. Because get the five field, you sons of, you mother. That was mad, man. That was mad. That was mad. And we tried to hurt them boys, man. I tried to put a dude out the game. That had threw a screen pass, and they floated it. I guess the quarterback didn't like that dude he was throwing it to, but my classmate, one of my best friends at the time, Casey Harris, ran after him, man, and he was tripping on the way there, so he wrapped him up, but he slid down his body, but he stood him up just long enough, and I had like an 8-yard sprint too. I was wide open, and he fought away from Casey, and when he turned around, all he seen was that blue stripe on my helmet. I knocked his block off. I'm talking about click, click, boom. And I stood over him. I was so amped up, I didn't know what words to say. I was just like, what? That's all I could say. Anyway, off subject. Moral of the story is, man, you always need to show sportsmanship, man, especially when you've had a very, very, very competitive fight with somebody. And the fact that Deontay Wilder did this, it doesn't surprise me. I would hope he would have a different outlook on it, but his pride is going to be the end of him, man. I'm going to pray for him. Still, amazed by what he did and how long he was able to last. Still no shade on his performance, what he did in that ring at the time. But it would have been so much more gratifying if he'd have stood up, shook Tyson Fury's hand and say, man, a better man won. But sometimes we don't always get what we want to get. But man, that's my story, man. And I didn't mean to keep y'all too long. I don't usually do videos, longer than 10 minutes long, but it happens. But let me know what you think about it. Comment down below. Let me know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing. I'm up and I'm out of here, baby. Click, click, bye, y'all.